Thank you very much. Yep, final one, like you said. Winner of this secures themselves 4th place in the Western Europe DPC. Loser is 5th. They still get DPC points, but they do not go to the online tournament that is to follow. I have to agree with the panel on this one, that the esteemed panel, that is. The minus armor on this side of OG is unbelievable. I mean, typically when you see a Wraith King with a Weaver, it's like, oh, that's a lot of... You can take out Roche. You know, we see a lot of Wraith Kings killing Roche in this DPC, but you have the Snapfire, who not only with a little Shredder buys the Solar Crest, you have Corrosive Haze, you have a natural Deso Buyer and PA. They are going to shred Roche big time.
Yeah, you could even take stuff like the Armor Corruption talent on PA later on. You can, like, there's so much minus armor that even Wraith King can die extremely fast to PA if they're even in farm.
So you get to cast with me 3 times today. Cap only once, huh? Is it because it was such a shellacking he couldn't handle it anymore?
The game was too bad, and we blame yeah, capitalist for that. Yeah, capitalist.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Makes sense.
Little Freudian slip there.
Oh, is this the new PA set?
Oh,
it's part of it, I think.
It is.
Right?
Yeah. He's using it with the Arcana. This is the ultra rare, I believe it is.
Yeah, it must be nice to be a pro player and get that gifted to you by adoring fans that spend their hard-earned money farming that for you. Very nice. Or provided by the org, who knows? But yeah, that looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Of course, if he didn't have the Arcana equipped, he would have that shield and he would look like Mars, if I'm not mistaken.
He could confuse people instead. That's true. It looked a lot like Mars. I was so confused when I saw it the first time. Like, oh, it's tiny little Mars.
Miniature Mars, indeed. So it's going to be the bounty room for each respective site. So you favor OG's draft. Secret they're both tied. That's why it comes down to this best of one in terms of who ends up being 4th place. But who would you say has been playing better today?
I feel like Secret have played better today overall. So I was giving them the advantage before we went into a draft, actually. But after this, I find it hard to stick with Secret as my prediction for the winner. This draft is very appealing to me, that what you're doing.
Yeah. But having said that, we've cast a lot of Wraith King together, and he rarely loses, it feels like.
That's true. He normally does get that Aegis and does get that W as well.
Indeed. And Taiga, he's burning down a bit in the top lane, so we can go through our lanes nice and methodically again. Yaps are playing the Rubik with Ice, as you guys said, on the position 3. Jakiro, Taiga, Snapfire, and PA played by Yuragi.
Yep.
This lane, who do you favor just in the laning stage specifically?
I think I favor the Snapfire and PA a little bit because the kill potential is high and mobility is low on Secret. And it's very hard to stop PA from farm.
You are going up against Ice, though. Jakiro with 880 health.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
True. Yeah, he's a chonker.
And mid lane, Sumail's going to be playing Kunkka, BZM on the puck. So another matchup that we have gotten pretty familiar with. Are you expecting anything crazy, or is it the usual wash?
I expect a complete domination here from the puck, owning the Kunkka to a point that he can't return to lane. No, I think it will be probably pretty uneventful on the mid lane. That's just part of being a mid laner right now, dude. It's an uneventful lane.
Until somebody comes over and tries to gank, right?
Yes.
Or they steal your water rune, and then you feel like they've cheated you out of this comeback mechanic that IceFrog has so blessed them with.
Yeah. Not too long ago, we had this meta of POS4 just roaming all over the place. I say not too long ago, like a year ago. For us boomers, it's like a second going by.
True.
But then the mid lane was really volatile. Now it's definitely calmed down a lot, and the play is more for the side lanes.
Yeah, and I like the idea of having flexibility. So, just having one type of set play style, I've never been a fan of. Like, even back in the day when tri-lanes was the only thing, the only reason people didn't like seeing it is because it was every game, right? Yeah. Now we're seeing people kind of vary it a lot, which I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy that. I enjoy the dynamic picks where you can have all this flexibility between positions, like the fact that you guys weren't 100% sure where Jakiro was being played, because we technically have seen position 2 in the mid lane for Jakiro.
Yeah.
But I think that just adds so much depth to the game.
I enjoy that a lot, and especially for competitive Dota, it becomes a huge deal. Like I was trying to say to Cap as well, that drafting now I think is more complex than ever, because it's really hard to get a good read on who's going to go where, who's going to play which hero, and that just makes you play 5D chess even more, you know?
Yeah, for sure. As we're going through each set, we can rate them 1 to 10 if you want, JJ.
Oh, that one.
The Shark Head is top tier. That's a great immortal.
Looks like the Shark I have right next to me here. Beautiful. He's in the game.
He looks a little more fearsome in-game, I think, versus the plushie that you pet earlier today.
Basically the same.
Yeah, Sumail, that's not the best set, though, I have to say. It's the...
Is it the Sing Sing set?
The shoulder piece is good.
Oh my god.
The what?
You're hating on the Sing Sing set? Rude.
Is that the Sing Sing set?
It is.
Oh. Did it come with his... I love his courier, especially.
Yeah. The Beaver Knight.
Courier's really good. Yeah. Wait, have you gotten a TA set in yet?
I do have a TA set, yeah.
You do? Is it good?
It is good. A lot of pro players use it at least, so if we're going by that as a metric, then yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I made some stonks on the workshop. Feels good.
Wait, who... Not to get into this conversation, but who made it? What was the artist?
Oh god, it's like 5 years ago. It was several people working on it. I can't remember all of them.
But no headliner like a Nooksy or anything like that?
It was not, no, it's not a name that I think people would recognize.
Gotcha. I would recognize. I know everybody in the workshop, Waga.
I'll tell you later. I'll DM you.
Okay, it's a private information. Understandable. You want to keep them to yourself. But yeah, like we were talking about earlier, this game is extremely important. Winner of this is my favorite thing about tiebreakers, if they end up kind of like this, because we weren't sure if it would extend past the 6 games. But the fact that it's worked out this way makes it so much more exciting, because it's literally a do or die to be able to go to whatever's happening after the major. So
all these other games, they were just a setup for us to get here to a best of one, you know, back against the wall, having to perform, and yeah.
That's right. Thank you, Nigma, for making it a little bit easier. If they had won that game, it would have complicated things quite a bit. As top lane, Yapzor getting quite low. He's going to pop that salve, though, and will survive. So no first blood quite yet for either team. Only 2 minutes into the game. And the one lane we haven't really discussed is the bottom lane. Nisha, Wraith King, Puppy, Weaver versus Misha's... Nisha and Misha. Misha on the Bane, and Amar, the mother effer on Slardar, which is one of my favorite heroes. Top lane, though. Another dual breath onto Yuragi. Ice, ice, ice. Under 200 HP now. He is very killable, but Yuragi has to be careful. Has the dagger up in just a moment. Just needs a little bit of vision. Taiga gets that vision for him, and first blood goes away of Yuragi, and that is a good start for OG.
Is Fadebolt one more hit than Fadebolt? He gets it?
Yeah. Oh! Just barely. Needed the right click as well. And Taiga getting chased off, in addition, has the cookie to work with if he really wants to. As we see bottom lane, Amar ends up taking out Puppy.
Yeah, they have a sentry in the lane, so I think he got a little bit too close to that there. It's very important to have vision control if you're laning against a Weaver. It can make the hero much more manageable than if not. It was really close to us seeing an even earlier kill on top, by the way. The first go, the Snapfire was just barely not level 2. If he had level 2, that would have been an easy kill.
As we see the replay in the bottom lane. So yeah, just the Nightmare into the Crush there. Can you tell me why we don't see more Slardar? Because I find it to be very exciting from like a viewer perspective. Is it his laning stage that's an issue typically, or what's the issue with the hero?
Quite often the laning stage can be a little bit lackluster, but it's more so that the hero often falls into this part where he's just there for his ulti and for stunning people. And he doesn't actually do any damage, and he doesn't farm very fast. But he does have increased bash damage now, double damage to creeps. So yeah, I think it's gonna come back a little bit more, and I think Amar is a player who could really make this shine, because he's a greedier style offlaner.
Right. Yeah, I could see with like a micro buff. You know how they do these little micro buffs to heroes that are kind of forgotten? I could see like with 1 or 2 that he just explodes again.
Plus 1 armor.
He has a lot of good things to work with.
Yeah.
As mid lane, we can look at the CS, Sumail 29-4, and BZM 22-2. So Sumail off to a little bit of a better start. XP is basically the same. close enough to call it a wash, I think, is top lane. Telekinesis on the Taiga, but they're going to turn this around with the cookie. Yuragi gets the stun off. YapzOr on the run. Already popped his wand, but Yuragi is the one taking the most damage here. Has another dagger in just a moment. Has the Ring of Health as well. And the dual breath will Phantom Strike to the range creep. Fade Bolt in 2 seconds. And that's another death for Yuragi. YapzOr and company doing a great job. Looks like Taiga will go down as well. Double kill for YapzOr. All right. This is a core Rubik now, officially.
Yeah, he upgraded. He almost has mana boots now. We're only minute 5. He's going to pull the stacked big camp as well to deny more creeps. That was beautiful for Secret, and something I think they crucially needed here on top lane.
And bottom, we're seeing harassment between the two supports. And Nisha, we can catch up on some of the CS here. 26-6 versus the 20-4 on Yuragi, who has now died twice. So definite advantage going Secret in the laning stage overall. Sumail, X. Boat's coming in. Gets off the Waning Rift. Nice silence to be able to disrupt the combo there. Sumail not able to hit the Torrent either, but he's continuing to chase because he has boots and BZM does not. One more click will do it, and YapzOr will get credit for that one again. He is everywhere.
Yeah, YapzOr getting a very good start. That is going to finish the entire Arcane Boots completed there. Great stuff for him.
And Nisha getting bashed up by MR. Puppy using the swarm, though, to annoy the crap out of OG. Oh my god!
Was there a Weaver there?
Just deleted temporarily. You know, quick respawn time. But yeah, geez, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, top lane is what Secret have to really look towards, though, what they have going for them here. Also, look at that big camp. Jesus, that's terrifying. Double tomato.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I've seen a lot of denies from those neutrals. As, yeah, YapzOr and Ice off to a great start. They can basically sustain all their spam now, thanks to those mana boots. Sumail with the double bracer, though. And BZM does have an arcane rune. Let's see if he tries to transition to another lane, rotate, and get a potential coil with low cooldown here.
Yeah, I think he could look towards bottom lane perhaps before... actually, Wraith King is just about to get level 6 soon, so maybe he can't get that gank in time.
And as we see Taiga and company continue to do a lot of damage to Yuragi, my goodness. Half HP, he has the Ring of Health, and the problem with PA is obviously you have to buy Battle Fury, it feels like, which just takes forever.
Yep.
And if you disrupt her early game, she doesn't jungle very fast, especially not with like an Empower on your team. As Taiga gets off the cookie to try to disrupt things, but it's going to get X back in. The boat is on its way as well. It will connect. It's going to be a trade for Ice, though, so this is in favor of OG if they can get out, thanks to the rotation from BZM.
Yeah, I think they're going to be quite happy with that one. PA just happy not to go down in this fight. She needs to stay alive, having died twice already. These rotations are scary when you play carry.
Nisha still working on his armlet here, and I would assume at some point, maybe it's now, that he just starts trying to go full-time jungle, because Amar, now that with the Corrosive Haze, and he's got treads coming out as well. Very tanky with the bracer. This is a hero that, for any melee hero, is going to have a hard time just staying in lane.
Yeah.
But the real question is, can Yuragi come back from this? Like, how long do you think he can even stay in this lane?
Yeah, that's... I don't think he will stay there much longer. They might need to activate their Slardar earlier than they want.
Yeah, he has to pop the blur to try to create some space here, but YapzOr looks like he's going to find yet another kill. Just needs a little bit of vision, but here comes BZM with a nice Waning Rift. YapzOr does get taken out with that coil. So Yuragi lives. A nice bait from OG, and Ice is going to get caught off guard as well. Nice turnaround overall from OG.
That was cutting it just about as close as you can. That was Rubik trying to Fade Bolt towards the end, but PA turns around, throws a dagger, and is going to survive that. I think crucial rotation by BZM, recognizing top lane is in trouble.
Yeah, and his farm it's catching up again, basically even with Sumail. As Sumail, I believe, has... I would assume an armlet coming out. Actually, went to phase boots first, so we'll see if he goes for the same route as we saw the other game. His Puppy's going to get Waning Rifted, so will be a freebie for OG. They've been very active in this side of the map as of the last few minutes now.
Yeah, and he's gonna steal the bounty room because of it, so a little bit of extra gold difference there from that. For the first time we see OG in a while actually a little bit ahead in gold. It's extremely even though, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Yaps are working on an Aether Lens now, but on OG's side, what are the things we're waiting for? BZM, his first item will be Witchblade, and only a recipe away, so relatively close. It's all about the Battle Fury watch, right?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, but once the Battle Fury is complete, what's PA gonna do then? Well, farm even more. That's what you're waiting. You're waiting to complete an item to farm so that you can farm faster. The big item that you're looking towards if you're one of the players who want to do stuff is the Slardar's Blink Dagger. He is halfway, a little bit more than halfway towards it. And once he has that, he can start rotating, because so far, he's just sitting down here, hitting creeps, having a good life. And he's quite farm.
Sounds great. Yeah, he's having himself a very good game, which, like you said, when he gets that Blink Dagger, should create a lot of space for PA to farm. And the question is whether they will go straight for a BKB after the Battle Fury, or if they go Desto BKB, which obviously is a bit greedier. But depending, I mean, with this such a bad start, I would just assume BKB as a straight up item after Battle Fury here.
Yeah, I think when you're against Kunkka and Jakiro, I think that's a wise choice to go for the BKB. It might even allow you to farm more as well, since ganks are going to be much harder to execute.
Mm-hmm. And OG's timing just seems to be predicated on this this Blink Dagger, so MR about 300 away from finishing it.
They're
from Secret side, they're...
They're playing a pretty calm style right now, just kind of sitting on the lanes, taking it easy. They are making a rotation with Fiend Script to bottom though, and if someone comes too close, maybe Bane can get a grab. But it's very very low pace right now, just chilling.
I mean, it's 12 kills, but it does feel slow pace, doesn't it? It's interesting. It's like the laning stage was super packed, and then now that we've kind of gotten to the tail end, it's people just waiting for certain items to come up.
Yeah, exactly. And it's low pace because they're not moving too many heroes, but Puck has done good rotations though.
Yep, they're going to set up the stun in the bot lane with the cookie. Nisha is going to take the brunt of the damage here. Nope, it's going to be Puppey tanking for his Wraith King. Grip from the sideline, no cancellation, but Sumail is here. Try to get some retribution for his captain, and it looks like he'll get it. But Mortimer's Kisses from Taiga are going to create some space as the boat comes in, creating that buff for Sumail to live through this. Sumail getting extremely low. Oh, the coil actually breaks. He walks through it. Nice kill from BZM without a Blink Dagger as well.
No.
Still chasing is Yuragi, and Yapsor, he stole the Mortimer's Kisses. They look amazing, but it's not amazing enough for him to survive.
Weaver scuttling away, trying to stay safe. They're on the hunt though.
I think that's the first time I've seen the Arcana Mortimer's Kisses. That is sick.
Spitting out some green cubes. Yeah, that's why I was screaming no, because he had Mortimer's Kisses and he wanted to run away and preserve it. I could see it on his runaway there, like, no, I have a great spell.
So OG creating some good momentum in their favor. Mid lane, though, Nisha's pushing it with Ice, 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 and this is more valuable tower as you bring up all the time. So Amar, it's going to be coupled with Taiga. Time-lapse from Puppey's going to keep him safe, but really it's the mid tower is the mark here for Secret.
Yeah, and they're
gonna get it.
They get it.
Very surprising.
It's that liquid fire, man. The tower just doesn't defend itself. If you don't bring heroes, the tower will die. And Wraith King paired up with Jakiro, that's a lot of damage to towers.
Aghanim Scepter for Ice, Ice, Ice. That's the item he's going for first.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen it first before. That's interesting.
We've seen it sometimes, actually, and it's a cool item in the way that it makes your ulti much easier to play around. 30-second duration is really long. More distance can also be useful sometimes, but it's mainly just the pure damage upgrade that makes you able to burst people harder.
And there's a smoke here, just waiting for their enemies to fall into their trap, and that's going to cause Taiga to get out. And that's actually the blink reveal. They saw that Amar blinked away defensively, so not going to be a surprise factor with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's a very obvious item that he would go for, but not catching something like Kunkka with it is a little bit sad for him, but not the biggest deal at the end of the day. Meanwhile,
right now the top net worth leader is BZM. He is kind of leading the pack by a good margin right now.
and he
Has the Witchblade, Boots of Travel, DD bottled.
yeah, that DD rune. He can definitely find a kill with this. He even has a Fiend Script Bane by his side. Anyone they run into now is in danger.
And they're transitioning into the bottom section of the map. The tier 1 tower is relatively low as well. There is a fortification to delay things. And you can see Amar, he wants to get really aggressive. X onto Puppey to try to push the wave a little bit. But they're going to pick off Rubik on the sideline.
He gripped
so
him,
YapzOr takes a tumble. Oh, the crush actually hits Puppey. That was invis, but the time lapse to the other side. So he will survive. And he's taking out the wave again, so...
A little bit of
big annoyance here.
Miscommunication there, I think, because Misha used up his grip there on the Rubik, and Rubik was jumped by Slardar, so there was really no need for it. So they're gonna have to wait out the cooldown for Fiend's Grip. Otherwise, they could have killed Weaver as well. But still a good kill, and they're gonna take down the tower with Taiga, just pushing it down.
And Yuragi has his battle fear. I mean, 15 minutes? That is way better than I thought this was going to go based on that start.
PA has
this recovered.
Uncanny ability to just not be denied farm. It's very hard to stop her forever. Even in a struggle lane, she'll keep stifling daggering and just getting CS here and there. And they did get, you know, some kill participation.
And he does have the BKB queued up, so as expected, wants to make sure he doesn't die in the next fight. Doesn't really have the luxury of just farming for the next 10 minutes.
Speaking of items, YapzOr with the full Ether Lens on Rubik as well.
Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. So Arcane Supremacy plus Ether Lens. Basically global range for him, I think, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, Amar is working on a BKB for himself as well, as they've taken control of the enemy jungle right now. Sai still on the Aghanim Scepter watch. Nisha, Deso, so it will be the standard cookie cutter Wraith King build that we've been seeing for the most part.
They're behind him.
Yep, Sumail is going to find Amar, gets off the X marks. Macro Pyre to follow. He's going to get back into the boat. That is going to be an easy pickoff for Secret, as Taiga attempting to run away. Will be successful. Telekinesis not up. So they only find one, but it is a very important kill on Amar, who's had quite a good game so far.
Yeah, great kill for Secret there. I like that move. That could easily have been 2 kills even, if they were just a little bit luckier in how they clashed there. But nice read on the gank coming bottom.
Double Dragon Scale.
2 of them.
What do you think about the idea of neutral items always spawning the same ones for each team? You think that's... I mean, I don't think it's needed, but the idea, the concept of it.
So wait, how do you mean always spawning the same for each team? Like
so,
both teams getting the same?
Like obviously yeah, both teams get the same items, essentially.
I don't know if that would necessarily...
Like pre-game is determined which ones drop.
Yeah. I'm not sure that would necessarily remove the RNG component so much, because it's very draft dependent what is broken in the game. So one team might not have a hero that's good for it and the other team might. I don't see that being necessarily better.
I was not a big believer in neutral items, but after all the changes, getting the 5th item, obviously, I mean, you used to be able to put it in your inventory, for God's sake. All these little changes they've made have made it much more digestible now, so...
Agree. I think
I'm finally on board.
Ever since the dedicated neutral slot and then balance tweaks that came as well, even a boomer like myself can accept this change. I think they're a good addition to the game. I enjoy them.
Well, we talked about the prowess of OG being able to take Roshan, but the first one's going to go to Secret. And I think that's in part because the BKB is not on for Yuragi yet, so...
Oh, they know it now? They're running there.
Yeah, Taiga has the Mortimer's Kisses, but it's going to be too late. The Aegis is on Nisha now.
If
just
they were
about 5 seconds too late here.
Yeah, just 5 seconds. The only difference there. But good recognition by Secret that they can just take Roche quite easily. Liquid Fire slowing Roche attack speed as well, making him, you know, not bash you as much. They have a decent Roche lineup too.
Yeah, and Nisha, I would assume he has the Blink Dagger already, so didn't even finish the Deso yet. So I guess with this Aegis, they're going to try to take control of this map, get some outer towers potentially. BZM in the top lane. It's going Gonna spot out Yapsor, but Ice is hiding nearby. Try to get a potential catch.
You always want to be careful when you puck nearby a Rubik. Due to that instant lift, it can catch you off guard very easily.
Lotus Orb on Puppy. He is actually pretty farmed for 19.5 minutes in the game. That's not something we see that often.
Yeah, I'd like to say the Puppy is rather huge in this game. Having Urn, having Lotus Orb, the value Fluffy Hat along with it. He's looking good, and it's a great game for Lotus Orb.
Oh, Nisha blinks into the trees, but he's going to miss Taiga just by an inch there. And this tier 2 tower will be fortified. But will it actually be defended is the question. This is against the Aegis. Doesn't look like it. OG are very spread out. Still working on their very crucial BKBs.
Yeah, just play around timings. If they're going to bleed some towers, that's fine. But I mean, they're really close to having both Slardar and PA BKB. So don't think they want to stress it. They're going to give PA DD rune right now. Bottle is dropped in the river by Puck. So they're going to preserve this.
That is tempting.
That timing
what
could
is coming
be
on the
stronger than Aegis. Double BKBs and DD rune.
Yeah. Well, he has the BKB now on Yuragi, so with the DD, maybe that is go time. Do they have time to wait for... Yeah, so Amar, like you said, I thought he was like a few hundred away, but
yeah,
it is indeed. So this is a huge timing for OG to potentially take control of this game again. It's going to be delivered mid-fight, it looks like. Oh, never mind. He's walking to it.
I don't think Secret are ready for this.
Fresh BKBs.
They think that they're the strongest ones by far because of this Aegis, but it might not be true. It's all about the initiation now.
Yeah. And is this a fight where you probably try to ignore Wraith King at the beginning? But Nisha, Yuragi is going to pop the BKB very early. Deletes Rubik immediately with the coup de grace. And the Mortimer's Kisses with the crush to set it up. Ice is going to take a tumble as well. And that means Secret have to run away. Sumail popping his BKB in a very defensive measure. He's going to get the bash off along with the Kunkka boat. But there's the grip from Misha. And that's going to be a death of Sumail as well. And now they can try to go for the Wraith Game if they really want. The Reincarnation's likely going to be pop here. They have a full team-wide potential here as OG has lost absolutely nobody. That's the Reincarnation. They have to kill him 2 more times, but they definitely can. That's number 2. And number 3, let's see. They have the cookie to set up the stun if they really want, and they will. Deletion. Full team wipe for OG off the back of the double BKB and double damage on Yuragi. Well played.
I mean, even killing the Aegis and Reincarnation, so that's really impressive how they just destroy them in that fight. The DD rune and the double BKB, what a surprise power spike. I like the Illusory Orb by Puck there at the end, by the way, when Wraith King reincarnates, so that he can't blink away. The damage is on him immediately.
That is a huge turning point. Obviously, giving up Roche is not something that they wanted to do, considering that their lineup will take it quite a bit faster, even though Secrets does take it relatively fast themselves. But finding a fight like that is a dream.
They just flipped the game completely upside down. They're like, oh, we're a little bit behind. Secret are feeling good. Secret are taking our tier 2 tower top. And then now, if you're Secret, I think they're still a little bit dazed from this. They don't look like they know where they're supposed to go. Like, damn.
Maybe they had to go into concussion protocol, which I guess is a joke you won't get because that's an American thing mostly. I'm just seeing the replay of the fight here. Yeah, that was... And the fact that Amar waited so long for his BKB allowed him to just withstand that Kunkka boat as well. So nice timing with all the spell casting. And you're going to see Yapsor. Yep, he is... Oh, actually has a Ghost Scepter, but that's going to amplify the magic damage coming out. He's going to drop to the deck. Nisha running away. Does not have Reincarnation for 20 seconds. This will be a huge kill, but OG not feeling comfortable going in any further.
Yeah, OG already playing it fairly aggressive here, going rather deep, but they didn't have Blink ready again. He went Mask of Madness, on Slardar. He is gonna be clicking. I told you early that a lot of Slardars fall into this just stun, just ulti. Not this Slardar.
He had Echo Saber queued up, which I love, but Mask of Madness, my goodness, that is aggressive. We see BKB pops, so he's going to be able to take off this Kunkka boat, but there's a Mortimer's Kisses along with the Fiend's Grip. That's life number 1 for Wraith King. BKB popped by Yuragi. Wants to just focus Nisha now if he can, but he's getting pushed out by Sumail. So it looks like OG want to reset potentially. Taiga is going to be the first to fall in this engagement. Wraithfire Blast is well used, so both supports for OG dead.
And again,
nice little comeback there for Secret.
there's another thing to respect in this game, and that's the Macropire. Even though you have your fancy BKBs, this dragon does not care. If you stand in Macropire, you will burn. That's how simple it is.
It's still up, by the way, from the last fight.
Yeah, it is.
Ridiculous.
It sticks around for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of deceiving, like how powerful Jakiro is as a core, because you just get the spell so much faster. And if you're used to playing against him as a support, it's just like, oh wow, that torrent, was that a blind torrent?
That was blind.
And a stolen Fiend's Grip from Yapzor. BZM,
wow.
What a kill from Secret.
Yeah.
Holy jeez.
That was fantastic. That was like Abed and his blind torrent earlier that we had in the NA series. Wow, that was fantastic.
I don't know if he got vision with the illusions initially.
No,
but
he torrented completely blindly. He scouted that out with torrent, and yeah, BZM was not ready for it. The illusion was like walking in there, but the torrent was already cast.
Yeah, that's dirty. And he got the illusory Orbok, but could not phase shift in time. That is a big kill. I mean, that was the top net worth.
Yep.
He's still up there, of course, top 2.
I think if you're Secret, you wouldn't mind taking it a little bit slow and wait for the next Fiend script that you're coming off cooldown on Rubik here. Because he has such good cast range. He can destroy someone in the fight. And especially if he Fiend scripts and you Macropyre on top of it, that person is dead.
Yeah, and that it's not like it's that hard of a spell to steal either. I don't know what Misha can do to prevent it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's one of those freebies.
You have to wait until something is on the Rubik, or you use it on the Rubik. You can't really just cast it.
I don't know if he's ever going to get or have time to get an Ags this game, but the Ags Fiend's Grip is... Like, what do you think about that with the illusions coming out? So you're basically almost guaranteed to get the grip entirety.
I think those illusions are insanely good. Also, I think it's bugged on Rubik. I'm pretty sure they straight up don't work for Rubik. I'm gonna say.
Really?
Yeah, I think if you stop casting it with Rubik, like you walk away, the illusions just die immediately.
Oh, well,
no,
that's
no.
nice.
I think it works like this. If you steal another spell, they instantly die because you don't have the.
Oh, I
illusion.
see. Okay.
I think.
I guess that kind of makes... Maybe that's not a bug.
Yeah, I wonder if it even
be,
works at all, though. I would love to see it. Maybe I can demo that real quick as we have a bit of a pause.
Sure. I mean, Yapzor, like with Rubik Ags in general, it's obviously not the only reason to upgrade the spells to their Aghanim Scepter version, but the cooldown is redonkulously low. And, I mean, Yapzor is finding farm. He has the Philosopher's Stone, so... He's going for Blink first, though. But typically when he goes for a build like this, outside the Ghost Scepter, he'll go for Ags after the Blink.
Yeah. I'm just too curious. I have to find this out now, because I believe that doesn't work at all. You'll have to cover for a second.
Yep, no problem. Used to casting with Cinderin, so that's basically my job in a nutshell. If you're just joining us, remember, this is the final best of one for the tiebreaker between OG and Secret for the Western European DPC. The winner gets 4th place. The loser is on the outside of this upcoming online tournament and will be 5th, but still at least will get some DPC points. As Yuragi now has BKB, Deso, and Battle Fury. He is fully online and comfortable to fight. You can see that Nisha on the Wraith King is opting to go towards the MKB to be able to actually fight the old PA. Could have gone for like a Silver Edge, but Silver Edge with the Blink Dagger feels like a little much sometimes.
All right, I'm back with you, and do we have some action already?
Dude, I'm excited to hear the results of your test.
So it seems like it does indeed work as long as you don't steal a new spell, and then when you steal a new spell, it works.
Okay, and I'm sure not that he's even getting Ags this game. We don't even know. But
relevant.
Yapzor is one of the best Rubik players ever, so I'm sure he knows that, right? I would assume.
I wouldn't put it past Yapzor to get Aghanims in this game. He's great at just pulling items out of nowhere. And
True.
yeah, I'm certain he's aware of it. He's one of the
He is losing Fiend's Grip soon, though. Doesn't look like they want to take advantage of this.
That's a bit of a timing missed for them, so they would have wanted to get some aggression done while you still have that big spell as a surprise.
I think it's because the MKB for Nisha, they just want that bad. Oh, they have double damage as well. So MKB, I believe, on the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
they
now
are the
it's,
ones with the DD
accuracy.
rune this time.
Yeah, I think Misha might get one shot.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, maybe not. It's close.
1400 health, maybe not. Yeah, maybe it's a double tap.
It's the fluffy hat gonna protect him.
Should say that in the lore. Prevents you from getting one shot. Usually.
Instead, it says fine and functional foppery for the fashion-forward fighter. Is what it says.
Oh, wow. I like that. That's a nice play on words. Reminds me of V for Vendetta and that huge speech he made with a bunch of V's. Great movie, by the way. One of the few movies the Wachowskis did well. I think the only other one was the original Matrix, and everything else is trash.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of the others, but I can agree that that V for Vendetta was great. That much I know.
Okay.
Roche's respawn?
I usually cast with somebody that has never seen Matrix 2 and 3, which is probably for the best, though. Yep, on to Roche number 2 we go. And this is one OG really wants to fight, for sure. It's at half HP, Taiga. He's going to pop the smoke. He's going to see what's going on inside the pit. He's going to get telekinesis with the Ray Fire Blast. Not the greatest layering, but the jump in now is Rubik. Yapster's going to be able to live thanks to the Ghost Stepper, but dies shortly after. Buyback now onto Snapfire. Roche is not low enough for anybody to steal it quite yet. Still posturing a little bit here. BKB still online for both Amar and Yuragi.
Yo, Roche is dying to Macropire. Look at him.
That's true. That is true. He is dying slowly but surely. They're going to jump in. Who gets the Aegis? Puppy gets the Aegis of all people. And the grip right now. Look at the break coming out from Yuragi as well. He has his shard. He must have picked it up on Roshan. That's 4 dead for Secret. That is unbelievable. Triple kill for Yuragi. It's a full team wipe. Unreal retake of the Roche pit.
Absolutely destroyed. And you see something key that they did in this fight is that they focused on one guy first before they take the fight, and that was the Rubik. Getting rid of Rubik so he cannot steal any of their spells, in particular the Fiend Script. It enables Misha to be able to use his ulti without being punished.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and Yuragi taking the... Well, obviously the Aegis was taken by Puppy, not the greatest usage, because it is a support as Yapster gets deleted. But the Shard... I mean, how good is Shard this game? The break is... I guess. But it is a lot of damage. As you see the replay here.
Yeah, it's a bit underwhelming for the game in particular, but it's still damage. It's something extra. 16% of the victim's max health is as a pure damage against Wraith King and Kunkka. That's gonna do a lot of damage still.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it'll prevent... Wait, does it prevent Vampiric Spirit lifesteal? It's not a passive anymore.
I
don't think so.
I believe it should.
Does it?
Actually...
Okay. Well, at the very least, he won't crit, right? He won't be able to crit at all.
Yeah, you'll turn that off. Always aggressive components are not what people really look towards when it comes to breaks. It's always defensive tools you want to remove, right? But it will play a part. And the bigger thing is, if he ever gets to have Aghanims on this PA, then this Fan of Knives is insane. When you get a kill and you click it again, and you get another kill, you click it again, it's crazy.
The resetting of abilities is very strong. They're going to jump in on Nisha. He's trying to take this outpost. That's the first life gone. BKB a little bit early, but if they can follow... Oh my god! Absolutely crushed. No Nisha for 60 seconds. Mortimus kisses as well. Double kill for Yagi as he is... I'm pronouncing his name differently every time. It's like I'm continuing to have a stroke. But they are on another level right now. OG is looking great. Yeah,
this is now OG's game to lose. I mean, they are so far ahead in terms of how strong they are in 5v5s. Nothing can stand against this PA. And if Slardar is around, then they can't even stay alive for more than a second. I think Wraith King died in like 2 hits or something there.
Yeah, something. That's a lot of amplified damage for sure. And you can see they're going to try to turn this on Puppy. He gets the time lapse off in time, but bashed up. And there's the Fan of Knives. Nice torrent to try to save him, but the jump in from Amar. Looks like Puppy's going to be just fine. But you can see Yuragi, we saw the bash, so he has Basher, and a full Satanic. So pretty filthy stuff.
Yeah, he also did go with minus armor talent. Here we see the Wraith King. So the first jump, he brings him down on his own. killed him rather fast, but that was before Amplify comes. And look at the corrosive haze from Slardar.
Yeah.
No, it's like a one hit, basically.
You literally one shot.
That's a carry, dude.
Oh my. Yeah, that's not good. And you can see Nisha going for a BKB, which will help to a degree.
Yeah.
Not for the right clicks.
But he doesn't have armor, though. He didn't go for Assault Cuirass because he went for the aggressive choice of MKB, so he can attack the PA. But that means he's squishy, though.
See, this is the interesting. Oh my god, Nisha is going to walk into potential death. BKB, again, a little bit premature from Yuragi. Wants to prevent any going on him right now. Lotus Orb onto Nisha. This is going to be the death of him in all likelihood. Trying to armlet toggle, but there's the stun from the Snapfire. Dead Nisha again. Yuragi getting stun locked, though. This would be a huge kill if they're able to get it. But he pops the Satanic and destroys the rest of Secret as they are looking primed and ready to take this best of one and get 4th place in the DPC.
Yeah, I almost wouldn't be surprised to see him call it right there. That was really close as well to PA going down, but Satanic, Satan delivers.
I guess my question for you is, you called the PA, I mean, we were all thinking PA because of the minus armor anyway, and it fits the lineup. Do you think they're regretting banning out other stuff instead?
I am very surprised that they didn't ban the PA, because that felt very instinctive to me that it would be the best pick. Honestly, the entire OG draft was pretty much falling into place. I said that they're going to pick the Snapfire because that's also very, like, just fits what they were doing. The only one I was like surprised by was that they were going for the Slardar. But after the Slardar, PA seemed a bit telegraphed to me.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. And with that, that's 2 racks in favor of OG with a 20k net worth lead. Amar on the Slardar, his build is hilarious. Has a Hyperstone. Is he actually finishing Moonshard here with the Mask of Madness already? This is ridiculous.
Amar,
He has Satanic queued up, but yeah, we'll see.
He wants to go with a Perma Basher build, do it in a pro game. It would be the first time I see someone getting Perma Bashed in a pro game by a Slardar.
It's looked really good this game for sure, though. And his farm actually rivals Nisha. That is. And Nisha's, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best farm, obviously, because they're losing horribly now, but it's not like the worst farm I've ever seen on a Wraith King at this stage.
It's not that bad,
Still
but it has halted the last 5 minutes. It's been pretty static. But he was farmed earlier on in this game. He was looking rather big, even.
Amar, he's going to find Puppey. There's the bash into the crush, and goodbye, Weaver. Does buy back into the game, though, but it's all about the PA. Can you take down Nisha? This will possibly cause the GG to come out. Mortimer's Kisses, that's the first life. Rubik is dead, and you can see Nisha trying to apply some pressure. Stuck inside this coil, though, and it's just too much to handle. 3 dead for Secret. Buyback onto Yapster is not going to matter because he is the last remaining member. They call it GG, and OG defeat Secret, which means they get 4th, and Secret are out, essentially, for whatever comes after the major.